Rock is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Can you believe we're halfway through summer? Live a little without spending a lot. That might come as a shock, but good times are meant to be good times. Ooh, and in awe at Colombo's succulent, delicious steaks. The freshest offerings from the seven seas. Italian specialties so outstanding that chefs from Rome and Milan come to Colombo for training. Let's not forget their world-famous meatballs and join the chorus as another one bites the crust. Another one bites the crust. Yes, another one bites. Another one bites. Another one bites Colombo's world-famous pizza. Plus jazz every night. Colombo's is Good Time Central without breaking the bank. Colombo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Colombo's Manja.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-351-8614. That's 800-351-8614. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-351-8614.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson. Attention men who've taken Androgel or any other testosterone therapy products. Androgel or other low-T products have been linked to heart attack, stroke, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, even death. Scientific studies indicate that the use of testosterone therapy products may double a man's risk of heart attack. If you or a loved one took Androgel or a testosterone therapy product and suffered from a heart attack, stroke, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, or any other cardiac event, you might be entitled to financial compensation. You have rights, and you need to let us fight for your rights. And you pay no fees unless we win. So call the tort attorneys right now. 800-557-7921. 800-557-7921. That's 800-557-7921. Cases may be referred to participating law firms in your jurisdiction.
Welcome back, everybody, to the PM show, the Wednesday edition. I'm Paul Stern, in for Michael Horn and Fred Dreyer. They'll be back with us next week here on the program. Today we're talking with none other than baseball great, former professional baseball player Jay Johnstone, and we're kind of going over the careers and the years that Jay played. Of course, we started off with the California Angels. Great time over there in Anaheim with Gene Autry. But then what happened? I guess a call came and you were traded.
Well, you know, Roland Heeman was the gentleman, as I mentioned earlier, that signed me out of high school. And Roland went over and became the general manager of the White Sox. And so he made a trade to get myself and Tom Bradley and another player, it might have been Tom Egan, over to the White Sox and send some White Sox players back over to the Angels. So he had known me in the minor leagues and he'd seen what I had done before. So that was a big plus for me. I got to play a lot over in Chicago. I really love Chicago.
Oh, so that's an interesting kind of a thing. So it was certainly no step down. You were in demand, and somebody wanted you, and there you went.
And Chuck Tanner was the manager. Was an excellent manager. Really knew baseball, and was good to play for. He was very strict and made sure that you upheld your job and you paid attention to the rules and all stuff like that. But he did a good job of managing. We came really close to getting to the divisional title. We just had some injuries that cost us the ability to get there. But Roland Heeman was the guy that kind of constructed that whole group of getting those White Sox players together, and that's how I ended up over there.
And of course, for those of you that like to follow the statistics, Jay, your batting average always kind of hovered around that 300-point level there.
I was very lucky. I love to hit. I did a lot of practice. Like I said, I had a lot of the older veterans were very helpful. I had one time Jack Luberdette and Jack Stanford came up to me, one kid, said, "Hey, kid, we want to talk to you." And I'm thinking, oh, what did I do wrong? He says, "We appreciate the way you talk to the veterans, and you say yes, sir, no, sir, and the way you act around here, and you don't bother anybody, and you keep your nose clean, and you don't open your mouth unless somebody asks you to talk or something like that. And we appreciate that. A lot of rookies around here talk too much, and they don't know what they're doing. And so you just keep up what you're doing, and we'll watch you, and we'll make sure you do a good, kid, okay?" And so, I'm like 19, and I'm like, wow, okay, sure, yes, sir, I'll make sure I do what I have to do, And so the veterans back then were very good at helping and working with the younger players and mentoring them. And I do not see any of that today in the big leagues. I do not see any mentoring by the veterans of any young players.
And of course, I don't want to say that you might be subject to some criticism for speaking out on things like this, but that's been something that's never actually bothered you. You've always been kind of outspoken on your, points of view, your opinion. So good or bad? Yeah.
Well, you got to tell the truth. And sometimes, and you want to hear the truth too. If sometimes it hurts. You might be not doing so well, and have somebody come up to tell you that you're really horse poopy. Like you got to get your act together. And so it never hurts. So that's why I always told the younger kids, I said, listen to the older guys. They've been there, done that, and they can help you. And and it helped me a lot.
And of course, from Chicago, then. You went on to Oakland, Philadelphia?
Yeah, that was great because I won a World Series there with Reggie Jackson and all those guys, That was fun.
Was that your first taste of...
That was my first World Series ring.
That must have been an incredible team. Because, when you talk about Jay, you're a colorful personality, a colorful character in your own right, of course, but the A's of the 70s, I don't know if you could get any more color than that? In many ways. Charlie Finley.
The biggest thing we had there was Charlie Finley's mule. The groundskeepers would have to run out every day and pick up the droppings, okay?
Oh, my.
And the guys would go, please, don't have them come out by second, or don't have them come out by short, or keep them out of the outfield, because they have the mule droppings all over. But anyway...
So you won a World Series?
Yeah, we won the World Series there, and then Finley called me in, and he said... I have an opportunity. The St. Louis Cardinals are really looking for a left-hand hitting outfielder. He said, I'm going to make a deal and send you to the Cardinals. And I said, great. The Cardinals were one of the top teams at that time. Mm-hmm. And so I went over to the Cardinals for a while, and I got to meet Bob Gibson and Lou Brock and, all the great guys of that era, the older guys. And I used to pick their brains all the time, talk to them about this and about that and stuff like that. And then from the Cardinals... They had the Phillies had a couple of injuries, and Bobby Wine I had played winter ball down in Puerto Rico, and he'd seen I was on his team, and so he told the general manager of the Phillies, he said, get the guy over here, we need him in the outfield. And so I ended up playing 5 years with the Phillies, and we got into the playoffs.
Not exactly the typical journeyman. This is a journeyman in demand.
Yeah.
And we're talking with Jay Johnston, of course, professional baseball player, former professional baseball player. We're going to get back on into it. We got a lot more to come. We barely scratched the surface, and we got news and views along the way as well. I'm Paul Stern in for Michael Horn and Fred Dreyer, Wednesday edition of the PM Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Your home for great comedy, The Showroom at South Point. Presents Bobby Slayton with Jim Florentine and Lenny Clark. Bobby.
Wasn't it great she's finally moving out? Now we can have sex anytime we want to. I said, really? Are you moving out too?
No, I want to sleep naked. Send in their girlfriends. Can you believe them?
I mean, I did cocaine once for like 9 years, but I only did it to learn the metric system.
Why not? August 21st to the 23rd. Tickets at the box office. Online at SouthPointCasino.com or charge by phone 702-797-8055. 18 or over. The Showroom at South Point presents Sheena Easton in concert. She's still a modern gal, taking that 9 to 5. Sheena Easton, August 28th and 29th. Tickets at the box office. Online at SouthPointCasino.com or charge by phone 702-797-8055. Sheena Easton at the South Point.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, Staples guy. I need school supplies for my kids, and I can't spend a lot.
With Staples' 110% price match guarantee for back to school, find an item for less, and we'll match the price and give you 10% of the difference.
So I'll get the lowest price on backpacks?
Yes.
Notebooks?
Mm-hmm.
Calculators?
You bet.
Even?
Yep.
Nice.
Make low prices happen. Make 110% ready happen. Staples. Make more happen.
Price match plus the 10% difference discount valid at checkout for items from retailers operating online and retail stores or products sold and shipped by Amazon. Valid through 9/19/15. See store or staples.com for details.
AJ here from the Tee It Up Radio Network. Each week we cover the world of golf for you. Celebrating 18 years, Tee It Up continues to bring you fresh inside the ropes reporting and one-on-ones with Hollywood's most passionate golfers. So stay in the know with the Tee It Up Show, Sunday morning 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on CRN, Digital Talk Radio.
Catch the gang from Tee It Up on CRN1 Sundays 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Talking with Jay Johnstone here on the PM show Wednesday edition. I'm Paul Stern in for Michael Horn and Fred Dreyer here today. They'll be back with us next week. Talking with Jay about an incredible career. I mean, Jay, how many teams total? Do we actually have a count on how many teams total?
Played on 8. Got 4 World Series rings, and we almost had a chance to go with the Phillies to the World Series, but that didn't happen. And I'm looking at here at some of this Dodger hitters here, and I think the local Boys and Girls Club over here has got some hitters that could probably hit higher than they are. So.
Oh boy! I take it, Jay, that you know, with the amount of years that you played, you're entitled to kind of, if you will, critique the current crop of that's out there, and whether they're doing their best.
Well, one critique I'm surprised, and it has come back to haunt him, is when the Dodgers traded Dee Gordon. I mean, there was a bona fide base stealer, the best they've ever had since Davey Lopes. In fact, right now, Dee Gordon's leading the league in hitting over there, and not only that, he's hitting .333, and he's got 35 RBIs and 38 stolen bases. You think Dodgers could use a guy with 38 stolen bases and 38 RBIs?
I would think so.
I don't understand it. Here's a kid that young, he could run, he could, he wouldn't hit for power, but Davey Lopes broke him in and taught him all the tricks of the trades about stealing bases, and then they moved him for whatever reason. I never have figured that out, and I don't care if you're moving for a pitcher now. When you got a young kid that can steal bases and hit a little bit and play short, and he can play short pretty good. So they're hurting right in that particular thing. And, of course, Puig being hurt a little bit, seems like he's having trouble this year, pulled muscle here, hurt this there, stuff like that, got hit once. They got some serious problems. The only guy really doing a good job for him is Gonzalez. Well, Peterson started out really great, but he slumped off a lot over the last 4 or 5 games. Ellis, their catcher's hitting a .217, but you don't expect your catcher to hit too much, all right? And you look at some of the other guys hitting, like I said, Van Slyke, .248. Gonzalez, the only guy really doing a good job is hitting .291, and Turner at .315. So the Dodgers need to find out, either get himself another power hit or something, or do something different, They got the pitching. They got great pitching. And Kenley Jansen, when he's healthy, I'll tell you what, he's one of the top relievers I have seen in a long time. But it just seems like every time around, a Dodger gets hurt here, or somebody does something there, or something happens,
Of course, being a Southern California native, I take it that and of course you played for the Dodgers, played many years. So did you play more? How many years did you play for the Dodgers total? You played a good amount of years with the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think 5 of the Dodgers and 5 for the Angels. But the one thing is, when I came out of high school, the Dodgers were in the Coliseum, and my love for the Dodgers was as an outfielder. That's why I wanted to be a center fielder. And so the Dodgers had a clinic for kids. And so we went over to the Coliseum. My dad took me over there, and they had them broken down into different groups. And the group teaching outfield was Duke Snider, Wally Moon, and Gino Cimoli. So I got to meet those 3 guys when I was 10, 12, 13, and 14, and they were fabulous. And I just wow, the Dodgers, Duke Snider, and so and for many years Duke was my idol. And when he went up to Montreal and became a broadcaster, every time we go into Montreal, Garvey and I would go have dinner with Duke up in that thing. I just, that was the guy who I wanted to emulate all the time. Duke Snider, my hero. And before he passed away, I talked to his son and Beverly, his wife, and all that stuff like that. But I really admired him as a player and a person.
And of course, before coming to the Dodgers, you played for what, the Phillies? Did you play for the Yankees?
Oh, yeah, won a World Series for the Yankees. In fact, I was on the Yankee team 78 when we beat the Dodgers.
And you did.
And then in 81, I was the guy that hit the home run to help beat the Yankees.
And then you beat the Yankees.
Yeah.
And you also played for the Padres.
And the funny part about that was Steinbrenner, after I hit that home run, he came into the clubhouse after the game. He tried to fire Ron Davis, the pitcher that threw me the fastball, and Mel Stottlemyre, the pitching coach, for throwing me a fastball, and Stottlemyre was trying to tell him, well, Mr. Steinbrenner, that's all Ron Davis is, a fastball pitcher. He said, well, you can't, and Stottlemyre was telling me this, you can't throw down some fastballs. He was with the Yankees. I know he's a fastball hitter. You can't throw him fastballs. And Stottlemyre's going, well, Mr. Steinbrenner, that's all Ron Davis is a fastball pitcher. So he stormed out of the clubhouse, got in the elevator, started to go back up to the press box, and he got in a fight with 3 Dodger fans in the elevator, and he broke his hand.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So it was like not only did I help win the game, but I caused him to break his hand. So anyway,
an incredible story. Yeah, also played for. I take it for was it the Ray Kroc Padres?
Yeah, I played for the Padres for. I got traded down there for a little bit, and I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Randy Jones and they had we didn't really have that good a team.
I was going to say I don't remember the Padres when they got a World Series.
No. We had some really nice guys that I became friends with and still are. But the Phillies had the ability to do it. We just we let too many chances get away. In fact, I still hold the highest batting average in the championship play. 7 for 9. It's 778. So that's the highest batting average in the history of baseball.
Unbelievable.
A guy and my one at bat, I hit a line drive up the middle, and Dave Concepcion was playing short, and he dove and he was prone in the air, and he caught the ball just on the other side of the second base bag. Otherwise, I'd have been 8 for 9.
With the Phillies, you got into the championship series.
Yeah, we got into the championship series a couple times, and
you played the Big Red Machine.
We just let him get away.
And then, of course, when he came to the Dodgers,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, of course, I think many of the people listening to the show will always remember you as a Los Angeles Dodger. From your relationships with the players, with your teammates, and your manager. If anything, not forget about the on the play, the on the field play, but it seemed that by the time you came to the Dodgers, as a person, as a player, as a personality, you would kind of hit your stride.
Yep, I loved it in Dodgers, and like I said, Lasorda was really great. Tommy takes a lot of BS sometimes from people like that, but I tell you what, he did a great job of managing the team with what he had. And he knew, you know what amazed me the most about Tommy was the fact that he knew the names of every player's wife, and he knew their children's names. That impressed me more than any baseball thing he ever
I knew
did.
you were going to say he knew the names of every player on the team, but their wives and children.
The wives
unbelievable. That's quite a statement. We're going to hear more about
how's your son so and so, or how's your wife? I heard your wife has a cold. How's so and so doing? Like that.
Jay, hang on to the line. We got more to come right here on the Wednesday edition of the PM Show. We'll be right back after this.
The average family wastes numerous gallons of water a day waiting for it to heat up.
There's got to be a better way.
And that's not just wasted water, that's wasted time and money down the drain. Thanks to the smart recirculation technology of Rinnai's new Ultra Series tankless water heaters, faster hot water and big savings on water and gas are now just a turn of the knob away.
I knew there was a better way.
Faster hot water and the power to live better are here, only from Rinnai tankless water heaters. To learn more, visit us at rinnai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
Got a lot on your to-do list? Now, during Kubota's Power to Do Great Things sales event, get a great deal on an L3301 or 3901 tractor with a live continuous running rear PTO. Now get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years. And great customer instant rebates when you buy a new L3301 or 3901 and 2 implements. Now through September 30th, 2015. Call toll-free 1-888-465-8268 for details about cost and terms. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
Talking with Jay Johnstone here on the Wednesday edition of the PM Show. I'm Paul Stern, in for Mike and Fred. They'll be back with us next week here on the program. Jay Johnstone, of course, just a storied career, to an incredible player, to hovered around the 300 batting average for just about for 20 years or so, basically from beginning to end. Always had a great average, real consistent in the field with the glove, always dependable, didn't get injured, just a real attribute to Eddie Clubhouse. The pranks, the gimmicks, those instances of your career, they've been kind of outlined. You're an author as well, Jay. They've been outlined in a book, haven't they?
Sounds like my obituary.
No obituary, at least not yet. We're not putting the capper on this one.
I thought maybe I died. I started looking around, going, "Hey, am I in a box here?"
No, you did you did an incredible book, though, didn't you? That kind of told it the story.
Books, yeah. The first one, Temporary Insanity, was the best.
That's the one. That's the one that I know of.
And the funny part about it was when I wrote it, I wrote it to have fun. Rick Talley, who unfortunately, after we wrote it a while, was out here, had a heart attack at the Coliseum, passed away. But we wrote it about just about all the funny stories, and they were all true stories and stuff like that. And so I didn't really pay much attention other than the fact that, I had a lot of fun things doing, so we wrote it in the book. And to come find out, all of a sudden it went right to the top of the New York Times bestseller list. Then I knocked Howard Cosell's book off the top spot. And one day, about a week later, I get a call from Howard Cosell. He's cussing me out for knocking him off the top spot.
It's one of the great sports books. I put it up there amongst baseball books, like what was the Bronx Zoo, and was it Ball 4? I think was another great.
Ball 4, another Jim Bowden. Jimmy did a good job on that. Yeah.
I mean, this is one that you got to have. If you're a baseball fan, you have to have.
Our team when I was with him when he was writing that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was kind of fun.
I could only imagine. Now, so of course, again, the incredible time with the Dodgers. Did you finish your career with the Dodgers? But before that, did you play for Chicago?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm going in and out. There we go.
Yeah. When did you play for Chicago?
The Cubs. I left. Where did I go from the Cubs? I went from. I think. I went from the Oakland A's to the Cubs.
Oakland A's to the Cubs.
Yeah, I think that's where I was.
And how was Chicago? That's a great city.
I love Wrigley Field, and it's the single hardest ballpark in the history of baseball to play in. It's a great city. The crowd is fabulous. The new owner that they have is really trying real hard to rebuild that up a little bit, make it a little bit more prestigious and better seating for the fans. But it's the single hardest ballpark in the baseball to play in, and I'll tell you why. There's 11 doors in the outfield fence. That a ball can hit one of the sides of those doors and carry them one way or the other. The second thing is you've got a brick wall with ivy on it. And during the first winter months, those ivies have real hard, stiff stalks. I still have a 2-inch scar on my hip where one of them, when I went back to make a catch into the ivy in the wall, it went right through my uniform, and I had to get about 6 or 7 stitches where it stabbed me on the hip. And then the other thing was the wind. You could be playing for the first 3 innings, and the wind would be blowing in. The next thing you know, the next 3 innings, the wind's blowing out. And then the other thing is, where the people sit behind home plate. You notice how low that fence is, that brick wall. Well, if you're an outfielder, you have to almost crouch down so you can see the ball come off the bat because you can't pick it up in all those colored shirts during the daytime. So it really is the single hardest ballpark. And the most fun part is that how they have the pitchers mound the bullpen that are in back and behind the they're inside. The pitchers mound bullpens are on the field, left field and right field in Wrigley Field. And so when you get a outfielder that is really not used to Wrigley Field and he's running for a fly ball down the left to right field line, he trips over that mound and does a header and skins his chin up and everything. It's hilarious, okay? But it's the single hardest ballpark I've ever played in my life.
I could only imagine. It makes you want to go there and check it out again just to kind of see how difficult it as you described it to be.
Well, I tell you what, the fans there are really, they're like, they're really root for Wrigley. It's amazing how the Cub fans are. I mean,
it's an experience. Hey, let's talk. You went on. You did broadcasting, of course. You did announcing and all that good good stuff that goes along with kind of again just an incredible career. And you're outspoken on you're just well versed you're so eloquent when it comes to just sports in general, things that are happening in the world in which we live. And of course, when it comes to sports, I think sports are impacting us more today than they ever have before.
They are, and what I tried to do as a broadcaster is enlighten them on some of the things that might happen or did happen in baseball where they may not be privy of. Like I said, not too many people know about Wrigley Field, and the intricacies of all the stuff like that, and the wind blowing in, the wind blowing out, and then you go to Yankee Stadium and they throw batteries at you and everything else that they can. Okay, if you're on the visiting team, and in Toronto, the field that when they not Toronto, Montreal, we played where they had the Olympics. And the field was made of that AstroTurf.
Sure.
And it wasn't level. And if somebody hit a ground ball in the outfield, and you start to run in for it, the ball would come out like a snake. It'd be going one way, and then it would go the other way, and then come back another way. And you look like you're trying to catch it like a snake out there. It was amazing, all these different parks. And so
I remember that they would refer to something as, the ball hit a seam.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They had, well, you know what they did? That's what that field used to be where they would run the tracks, and so they had the tracks out there, and they were all seamed out like that, and it was hilarious.
Hey, Jay, we're going to come back. We got one more segment to go. I'm going to run by some of the items.
Don't forget the Astrodome. Those lights up there, you can't see anything.
Oh, no, I can only imagine. Hey, we're going to come back. We got the real deal here with us. Jay Johnston. More to come right after this.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. Really? Yeah. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
Are you worried about losing your home to foreclosure? If you've been threatened with foreclosure or received legal papers from your bank, you have approximately 30 days to respond. If you do not respond, you could lose your home. You have rights. Act now to protect your rights. You can stay in your home. Many times you can even modify your loan. The bottom line is you can get past this, but you must act right now. If you've been served by your bank and you're worried about losing your home to foreclosure, now is the time to fight back and save your home. Time is limited, so call the professionals at National Foreclosure Defense right now.
800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. That number again is 800-515-6309.
Welcome back, everybody, to the PM Show, Wednesday edition. Actually, it's the Wednesday weekend edition, actually. This one runs throughout the weekend, so it is the weekend edition, actually. It'll run many times throughout the weekend here on CRN Digital Talk, so be sure to check our website, crntalk.com, for all times and days that you can catch this program throughout the week. We're talking with Jay Johnston. Hey, Jay, do you mind if we kind of shift away from the baseball diamond and touch on some football-related topics here before we kind of cut out and find out before we cut out?
Let's talk about the Dodgers and the Angels when we're done. Before we go.
Hey, let's talk about this prospective stadium they're going to build in Carson. Good friend of the PM Show, Carbon Policy, is spearheading an effort to build just what appears to be the state-of-the-art.
Yeah, I've heard that. I know that there was talk about the Rams moving out here, but the city of St. Louis is, from what I understand, has put like a $52 billion program together to keep the Rams in St. Louis. And I think the people don't want the Rams out here. They'd rather have the Raiders or someone else, you know. So
what do you think though? A state-of-the-art stadium, is that going to make?
Well, the players are going to like it. It makes it, you know, when you play in a place that's really nice and it's got all the amenities that really make it a top-notch thing, you actually play better, to be honest with you.
Okay, well then, hey, then maybe it's nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, it's like this when they talked about the Coliseum. They had to renovate the Coliseum and get the players. But I think whoever decides to come, personally speaking, I think the Raiders would probably stay up in Oakland. Okay, and I'm not sure if San Diego. I think San Diego probably would stay in San Diego because people want them down there. They won't have to come up to L.A. to see a San Diego Chargers game. So it'll be interesting to see who they really get out here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jay, tell me about this Deflategate thing. What's your take on this? I mean, I know you played with players like, Gaylord Perry, who kind of bent the rules, but what do you think about this, deflating a football?
It's weird. If deflating a football can create that much problem, okay, why don't they make a rule to say, okay, maybe some guys want it deflated, so they can, instead of having it at that certain ounce of what it's supposed to be, drop it down an ounce or so they wouldn't have those problems. Maybe some guys want it deflated a little bit. Maybe some guys don't. They'd have to canvass the quarterbacks, really, and find out. And maybe some guys might have smaller hands, so it's easier to throw a deflated football with a smaller hand than it is to have your big hand. So I think they need to get the players together and find out what's the best way to do it and attack it from instead of making a big thing about it and Brady missing, 4 games or something like that, or doing this or that, or getting in trouble or whatever. Instead of having to cheat about it, just make it a rule that, home teams, if they want to deflate the football an ounce or two, they can.
Yeah, it's whatever it is. Home field advantage, so to say.
Yeah, that's it, home field advantage.
There you go. Hey, now, Jay, if people want to keep up to date with all the things that you've got going on with the world of Jay Johnstone, and there is a world of Jay Johnstone out there, I know that a lot of people will go to Facebook. Are you doing a lot of social media stuff where people can keep in touch with you?
I don't do a lot of social media stuff, okay? I stay, I'm more of a news guy to see what's going on. I love watching the news, see what's happening that way. I read the papers a lot as far as what's going on. I like to look at the box scores. I've got all the box scores here in front of me, who's doing well, who isn't doing well.
You got a website?
I let my daughter do all my emails and all the social media stuff for me.
Okay. How can people best find Jay Johnstone?
Best to find me? A guy that likes to have a lot of fun, enjoy life, loves Silver Oak Cabernet wine, okay?
Whoa.
And a happy family man. And life's too short to walk around and be upset and be mad about everything.
Look for the guy that just had a great career and that has a big smile on his face.
Yes. And like I said, I owe a lot of that to the guys that helped me grow into Major League Baseball, taught me a lot of things, a lot of the older guys. And like the best thing I can tell the young players out there is listen to what the veterans have to say.
Hey, you couldn't have said it any better. That's the one and only Jay Johnstone here on the PM Show, the Weekend Wednesday edition.
Which was most important because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD audio. Sports, business, travel, food, wine, politics, there is something for everyone, and it's all available in CRN High Definition Sound. Log on to www.crntalk for listings and information on all your favorite shows. That's www.